आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. लगा ले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाले। खेल जगत का सारा उसी न है खेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना, ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना, सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला।
2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के तू करते कुमारी, 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते कुमारी। मार्ग चलते मोछ मरोरत, मर्याद सब भाई के, मार्ग चलते मोछ मरोरत, मर्याद सब भाई के, पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, पर धन देख के मन अब ललचे, निकल गई बेईमान रे, 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते पर सुख देख के मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास रे, पर सुख देख के मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास रे, आन के बदाई सुन कर मूरख, आन के बदाई सुन पर धन देही के जो हरते हैं अपना जाल बिछाई के। पर धन निर्या जो हरते हैं अपना जाल फैलाई के। राम लाल सुनो भाई संतवा, राम लाल सुनो भाई संत, उनसे रहो होशियार। दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के टुकर दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के कर दो दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करे
कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया, कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया, धन बांध के गठरिया रे। कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के गठरिया।
standing in the way. Yeah, we can use them now. So from one by one, stretch your hand from there, and you go straight on the yeah. Vande Mahaguri and Little Masaviti Tam Siti Vigaction Chat Mahanujana, Chat Mahanujana, Vande Mahaguri, Little Masaviti, Chat Mahanujana, Chat Mahanujana. Very good. These are gone Bhagavad. Om Yamdwari Everybody else for Arti, after the boys, we never come and then Yamdwari Mahabharata, Nidutam Savati, Tam Sudhite, Vigashanti, Yeke, Chatma, Hanusana, very much come closer after the boys. Anybody else for the arti, please? Anybody else?
Didn't like that color.
Welcome you this morning to take part in this Antyeshti Sanskar for this Takoor Persad. You all have a handout and you'll see the information is there. There are several songs in the handout, and all these songs basically they are reminding us about life and this physical body, this human body that we have, reminding us about the impermanence of this body. But if you all have chair, you can take chair and sit and take some flowers in your hand. Give us some flowers too. So that whenever we attend funerals, we are supposed to reflect on our lives, that where we are at this particular time and how much do we understand what this life is. The first song we'll sing, Jai Krishna Hare, is one very popular song. Many of you might even know it by heart, but it's also in your handout. Jab charo taraf andhiyara ho. When you look around and you see that there is difficulties everywhere, there is darkness all over the world. By the time you deal with one issue, another issue comes up. So some negative thing is happening everywhere in this world. Asha ke dur kinara ho. And when we feel that we are lost and there is no hope anywhere inside, fir tu hi bera par karo. Then, O Lord, we turn to you. Tu chahe to sab kuch de kar de. Whatever you feel that we deserve, O Lord, in our karma, tu chahe to sab kuch kar de. Lord, do it all for us. Bless us as you fit based on our karma. Whether you make us happy, whether you make us sad, O Lord, it is all based upon our own actions. So, on behalf of this brother and his soul, and on behalf of the family, we sing together. Mukam karoti vachalam pangundang gaite girim Yat kripatamam vande paramanandamadavam. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। फिर तू ही न केवन वाला हूँ, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय जय जय। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे, जय जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री। तेरे दर्शन की मैं तरफ रहे, तेरे नाम के माला जपत रहे। भव सागर से मेरे नैया, भव सागर से मेरे नैया। क्षण में जय हो किनारा हो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज की जय। My friends, at this point in time, we will have the eulogy. We have somebody.
Hi, good day everyone. Thanks for coming and supporting our family. Nice to see you guys this morning. Some familiar faces. And for those who don't know, I'm Sanjay, his eldest son. I moved 5 years ago. But I guess something that was very public and well known is in my father's last few years, he had a lot of challenges. A few mental health issues. It wasn't a secret. But what a lot of people may not know is that before all of that, he was a very devoted father, devoted husband. He set a lot of good examples for us growing up. And none of us could say that we didn't get where we are in life to this point without him. In fact, remembering this morning, the times when he used to come home 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning after work. And, you know, we thought to ourselves, you know, if we could do this, why we couldn't do that and study at that times and make ourselves something. And we certainly hope that he's proud of us to this point, and we will work very hard in the future to keep making him proud. You know, today for me is about forgiveness and gratitude. So Dad, I forgive you. I hope you forgive me for all the things, all the mistakes I've made as an immature child. And I'm very, very grateful for everything that you've done for me. Love you forever. Thanks everybody for coming. Anybody else want to say something?
Sitaram, everyone. I'd just like to say a few words for my father today as he embarks on this journey. My father was honestly a beautiful soul. These past few days I've been doing nothing but reminiscing on my favorite moments and memories with him. It helped me gain a sense of clarity on the type of man he was. He may have stumbled a few times, but he always had the capability to come back stronger than ever, and that's what made him the strongest man I know to this day. I remember countless times when I grew up as the spoiled child, which I'm pretty sure my siblings weren't quite fond of, but nevertheless, I would see something in a store and beg for it, even cry for it, and my father never once forgot anything I asked him for. Every Christmas, every birthday, I'd always get that gift I specifically begged for and threw a tantrum over. There was so much memories that flooded me this past week, and it helped me remember how much of a hard worker he was. Weekends and holidays never stopped him from pushing through at work, and I know that it's safe to say he's one of those people that genuinely enjoyed his job. He didn't have the easiest life. He endured quite a bit of bad luck and tragedies, but he always pushed through it, and it always blew me away how great he came back. I have to admit, I was in a bit of denial when he fell sick, because I didn't want to accept that this man that I knew my entire life could face these life-threatening illnesses. I just thought he would have shrugged it off like he usually does. But I want him to know that I am so glad he finally gets to rest, that he truly deserves. There's no more pain and suffering for him to endure, and he can finally embark on his journey up there. I love you with all my heart, and I'm grateful that you finally get the rest that you deserve.
Sitaram. Just wanted to say that I love him so much, and as my brothers said, he's always going to work, and when he's leaving in the evening, he wouldn't leave before I come out and give him a kiss by the car. And when he come back, he would give me a caramel or a sweetie. He made a lot of mistakes, and I don't want to dwell on them, but I want all of us to learn from them. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Take care of yourselves. Just take care of yourselves. Night sleep is just as important as well. Take your night sleep. Most of the time he was working at night. And to end on a positive note, he loves his cheesecake. He loves the bagel, strawberry, favorite place in the world. And remember a time when we went to Tobago, it was snowing so loud, all of us, the whole family was in one hotel room, we were sleeping on the floor. And it was snowing, and we had no choice but to record him and play it over and over for him. and a man called him Pops, and he was so insulted that he was portrayed as old. So we had to call him Pops for the next few months. And I just wanted to say that I love you, Daddy. And I know you love us too. Be safe.
This is one of Dad's former colleagues when he used to work at the port, Mr. Constantine.
Hi. Morning to everyone. My name again is Hubert Constantine. I worked at the Port Authority with Takoor for over 40 years. We started together and, as equipment operators. We began working in what we will call the lowest category of equipment operators. And over the years, you know, we had a very good working relationship. And through those years, we would have talked about, look, you know, we need to move on, meaning that we need to move from one equipment to the other. Because the way the port is, you know, the equipment, because at the end of the day, he became a crane operator, but before that, he operated practically about 8 different types of equipment. So over those years, we worked together. We had a very good relationship. I came here a couple times, met his wife and his children, and we used to have fun. Even when we were in Tobago at one time, we met, and that was the kind of person Persad was. He would never see me on the road and pass me straight, or I would not pass him straight either. Unfortunately though, I was expecting to see many more of his work colleagues here. But I don't know what is the reason, but unfortunately I am the one who choose to speak on behalf of his colleagues, so to speak. So what I would say as well is that while Takoor was at work and his children can bear me out, he will finish work and leave to come home. And while on his way, he will get a phone call and he has to make an about turn and go back, because his function was integral to the operations of the port. As a STS, what we call a STS operator, a ship to crane operator. Sometimes he may come home and as he lie down, he get a phone call, he have to go again. It's a difficult thing for a family to deal with, because he's more out than in. And ever so often, he's always required to continue and continue and continue, not because of a shortage, but because of his skill, his talent, his ability to perform the function. Because his line of work had to do with productivity. So you always want to have the best resources possible on the equipment to carry out that function. So he was that type of person. He was very dedicated to his work. He enjoyed working with his colleagues. Sometimes you may have a function here, and when he comes to work, he will come with a big bag and say, all it take. And he will offer us to participate in whatever he brought for us. So with that in mind, and I don't want to be too long, I too would want to express my deepest condolences on behalf of my family and myself, as well as our other colleagues who were on the port, because a lot of them left already. As I said, it's 40 years and more, 40 years counting. So Takoor, we know that they had to some extent a good life as well as a difficult life, because you know he had some medical challenges, which we too used to try to assist him in that regard. So we were aware of some of his challenges medically. But now that he has passed, we know that he is in a better place. So hopefully, Takoor, just like life, after life we know is death, is something that none of us like, but we have to live up to it. It is a reality. But I would want to ask the family to stay strong. There's just a phase in life for all of us that we have to go through. So having said that, I just want to say, Takoor, rest in peace, and to the family again. Yes. All right. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Please. Anybody else want to join with us, please?
Sitaram, everybody. I was just asked by my aunts and my dad and my uncle to say something on behalf of our family. On behalf of the Jagaran cousins, their spouses and children, we would like to extend our deepest condolences to Auntie Cara, Sanjay, Vijay, Simone, and Sajid. Uncle Hala was one of our eldest cousins, even though we lived so far away, there wasn't a time that we would drop by when on vacation unexpectedly, and Auntie Carol and Uncle Hala would welcome us. We would spend hours and hours talking, laughing, and of course eating and drinking and reminiscing about the good old days. Uncle Hala was one of the most generous persons that we knew. You could never leave his home without something to take with you and to promise to visit again. As we say goodbye to our cousin today, we pray that his soul will find peace as it embarks on this next journey. A reading from the Bhagavad-gita: weapons do not cut the spirit, fire does not burn it, water does not make it wet, and the wind does not make it dry. The spirit cannot be cut, burned, wet, or dried. It is eternal, all-pervading, changeless, immovable, and permeable. Atma is beyond space and time. The Bhagavad-gita says that the body's destiny is to die. The soul, however, must continue with its journey. Do not grieve for his body, for his soul is eternal. We never lose the people we love, even to death. They continue to participate in every act, thought, and decision we make. Their love leaves an indelible imprint in our memory. Auntie Carol, Sanjay, Vijay, Simone, and Sachin, please know that we are always here for you guys. Our thoughts and prayers are with you as you deal with the loss and with the absence of Uncle Hala. We will miss you guys. Thanks for all the memories.
All right, thanks, Ria. Anybody else? Thanks, Ria, and Auntie Shamati, and our family in Canada and abroad. Anybody else would like to say something before we proceed? Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all very much for your So we join with that song now, Itna to Karna Swami. Itna, this much we are asking, Lord, that you do for us. To Karna, that you do this for us, O Lord, O Master, that jab pran tan se nikale, jab when pran, the life breath, tan, the human body, nikale, goes out, Govinda Namalekar, that we must remember the name of God. Now, one of the reasons for sickness is to bring us to this point in this first verse of this song. Because for too many of us, When everything is going good, we don't have time to remember God. But you see, when you get sick, everybody wants to pray. Whether you want to go in the church or the mosque or the temple, you want to go by somebody to jari you and puke you something. You always feel somebody, and these days you have a lot of advertisement where people could do things for you. So your people running all about and spending all kind of money to try to get back well. And the song is telling us here, Itna tu karna Swami, itna, this little bit we are asking for. That jab prana tan se nikale, when the soul leaves this body, Govinda naam lekar. That we must remember the name of the Lord. So sometimes sickness is a good thing, because it'll have you praying all the time. It'll make you pray and pray and pray and pray more, so that by the time the soul is about to leave the body, that those prayers would have been answered. इतना तू करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन से निकले श्री गंगा जी का तट हो वो जमुना जी निकट हो मेरे श्यामला निकट हो जब प्राण तन से निकले इतना तू करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले जब प्राण कंत आवे कोई रोग ना सतावे यम दर्शन दिखावे जब प्राण तन से निकले इतना तू करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन उस वक्त जल जाना नहीं शाम भूल जाना राधे को साथ जाना जब प्राण तन से निकले इतना तू करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले एक भक्ति के है अर्जी कुछ घर की है गरजी आगे तुम्हारे मर्जी जब प्राण तन से निकले इतना तू करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन से निकले, गोविंद नाम लेकर जब प्राण तन से निकले। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज की जय। My friends, our message for this morning, as was read by the child just now, of the Bhagavad-gita. And Bhagavad-gita is written in 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters in the Bhagavad-gita talks about karma, what we should do and what we shouldn't do and how we should live. And when we reach this stage in life, death, those first 6 chapters come into play. What you would have done, karma, in your karma. What karmic influences you would have at this time. And the next 6 chapter of Bhagavad-gita, from 7 to 13, it talks about knowledge, gaining knowledge, understanding life, understanding the human body. What is the human body? Many of us, nothing doing. The human body is just like a plant, like partner from St. James said, flowers, plant, but you have to take care of it for it to grow, no? You have to know when and what the season is and what you should offer the plant. Same thing with the human body. So, that 6th chapter tells you, the second 6 talks about knowledge. And finally, the last 6th chapter talks about devotion. Talks about devotion. So how many of us, those of us who are practicing Hindus, we understand this first 6th chapter of Bhagavad-gita? How many of us understand the middle about gaining the knowledge? And how many of us understand the devotion to the end of it? You know, today, the SCA results came out this morning. A lot of people will be happy, a lot of people will be sad, and that's life. Everybody cannot be winners. When you're running a race, one person will win. Some will be in front and the others will have to follow. So today some children will be very, very disappointed. When this service started here, my daughter called me, my grandson wrote exam, and he passed for his first choice school. So she's happy. I didn't have time to be happy. I'm dealing with a sad situation. So I said, okay, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. So in the Bhagavad-gita, in this slok, and I'm going to read from slok number 72 of chapter 18, Bhagavad-gita. The malas, yeah, beta, you all take the malas one time. As they come, put them, don't keep them back. Come, Nate, take a mala. You all can sit there. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Om Sri Krishna Sharanam. Kaschid etat shratam partha tulya brahmgraha chetasa kaschid jnana sammoha pranastati dhananjaya. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And this is a sloka Lord Krishna is asking of to Arjuna. Now this is sloka 72 of chapter 18. And the whole of Bhagavad-gita was already done. There are about 3 or 4 slokas after this to complete Bhagavad-gita. And here now he is asking him, "Oh Arjuna, I have read to you and I have mentioned to you this whole of Bhagavad-gita. Did you understand anything? Were you able to think clearly after this?" And this is a question that Lord Krishna will ask of all of us. You know, we go to the temple, we go to the mosque, we go to the church, and we attend funeral services, and we attend satsang all the time. Are we understanding anything from all that we have heard? Especially when we reach in the older stages of our lives, when we reach like over 50 years old. I used to tell people in my mandir that when I reach 50 years old, I tell them, I say, I don't live, I work in fall, Because what else? I have nothing else to achieve. I have a little house, I have a roof over my head, I have a little vehicle to drive. I good. All the children went to school, all 4 of them went to university, all of them graduated, all of them in good paying jobs. What are you working for? But if I cannot come here and give you the message that ekadina chuti jaye sansar, one day you will lie like this in a box, I wasted my time. If I come here to sing nice bhajans that you want to hear, the new bhajans and the popular bhajans and things, same old, you wouldn't learn anything. So Bhaiya here has passed, and his life should be a message for us. You see how the children spoke, how we worked hard. The gentleman who worked with him for over 40 years, he spoke about, all the trials and so on that he had on work. But then, what all of us, with the trials that we are having now, do you know that we are going to end up? And Boodoos will come for us, and you see how nicely Boodoos has decorated that beautiful coffin and, well put away properly. So we need to compliment Boodoo's funeral service. Many other people, I'm making a plug for them. Many other places I go, and the preparation is in a kind of slipshod kind of way. But Boodoo's, they do it's not that others don't do a good job also, but I kind of have a little bit more confidence in this preparation, especially where ladies are concerned. I'm not saying that the men shouldn't go by Boodoos too, but they take extra care in preparing. So he's asking Arjuna, have you learned anything? All Bhagavad-gita given. And I'm asking all of you now, do answer me. Have you learned anything in life? So many funerals you have gone to, so many satsang you have gone to, so many times you went to the temple or the church or the mosque. What have you learned? Did this give you a new thinking about life? And this is what this sloka is saying. And then Arjuna answers and says, Nastu moha sprita labdha tuje prasadan maya achyuta stito asmin gata samdeha karishye vachanam tova. He said, Lord, I was very attentive when you were speaking, and because of that, all my delusions have gone. So now I know that this human body that made up of the Pancha Tattva, earth, water, fire, air and space, one will come to an end. It will die. And the talk in Bhagavad-gita again, it talks about you're born, you doesn't remain a baby, you grow until you get old and you die. So what is the human body really? To wind up this discussion this morning, The human body, according to Hindu teaching, came from 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space, the Panchatattva. They came together and they became this body that you have. And the time will come just now, we go in and when we make the 5 manzil, in fact, Nicholas has asked me that we make one offering right in front of the house here. The first element we send it back, the element of space. So the Panchatattva, Prana, Pana, Samana, Vyana, Udan. Prana is the life force. Once you stop breathing, you say you're dead. No matter if the body still has a little bit of warmth in it, but once you stop breathing, it means your heart stopped beating, you say you're dead. Prana gone. The next thing that goes is Apan. Apan is the heat in the body. You know, once people die, they begin to get cold right away. If people die in the night when nobody was around, and in the morning get up as you feel the body, you say, oh God, he dead. He taking, or you say he taking in the night and he dead. So the second thing is the Apan, Pranapan, the heat. Saman. Saman is the buoyancy. That keeps the body up. Once you are alive, there is a certain kind of release of the magnetic forces that pulls you to the ground. Once the body is alive, you can have a little bit of buoyancy. But the moment you die, everything becomes, dead weight? Everything becomes dead weight. And the other 2 elements, Vyana and Udan, those are the things that keeps the body from rotting. So you know when somebody dies, if you do not refrigerate the body very quickly, it begins to rot. While you are alive, there is something in you that you get a little cut or something, the body will start, the blood will come and start to heal itself. You know, if you die, that doesn't happen. That Vyana and Udan is no longer there, so the body begins to rot, so it must be refrigerated. And a little joke I like to give for the older people, remember this. Long time we used to have body like, they have this table here, this would be box here, ice box. Remember that? And like when you have a weekend thing, ice box right there, and the fellas playing cards and they're drinking and they're talking and things, socializing right there. And sometimes when the fellas want to have a little glass and they want to get a piece of ice, they go by the ice box and they just push the cover one side. And take out a piece of ice. I could remember seeing that, you know. I right there when the fellas talking. And they take the ice and put it in there and normal. Because I don't know if maybe at that time people had a different understanding of life and living and the human body and so on. But now here we are today, Bhaiya has gone. So we are making these offerings and these submissions on behalf of the soul. At this point in time, I would kindly request that all of you stand as we, in fact you can remain seated. For the first song and the second one, you can stand. You don't want to sit? Relax. This song reminds us, the first song, of what the father does for the child. You'd like somebody teach my song, boy? It's in here somewhere. Father's love should never forget. Wrong things to do, child, you're born to regret. Many nights he loses rest to give you the best. Many nights he woke up late and put you to rest. Many nights he grieved to see you grow from infancy. Many nights he wondered to know what you will be. So use your conscience and sympathy. God said to worship Him and then go to Him. Pitamoho bata mathurana, jo kal kaam kiya hai wohi bana. Your father's love should never forget. Wrong things you do, child, you're bound to regret. You may be the one they call the majesty. You may have money in large quantity. You may have friends in high society. Don't be so proud to know whatever you may be. You may have riches to comfort your soul, but your father is the master key of this world. Your father's love should never forget. Wrong things to do, child, you're bound to regret. Never treat your father bad, never make him sad. Make your father happy and glad, he never wish you bad. Never treat your father bad, never make him sad. Make your father happy and glad, he'll never wish you bad. Never miss the water till the well runs dry. Just like your father when he closes his eyes. Pitamoho but maturana, जो कल काम किया है वही बना. जो कल काम किया है वही बना. जो कल काम किया है वही बना. All right, so beta, you all will stand. You take flowers, stand up and have them, or you could put your chair and sit if you're more comfortable. You can sit. And the rest of you, I'll appreciate if you all will stand with us, please. So now we are going to say our final farewell. Hand them flowers, to ask this father to his soul to go and go in peace. And if we would have had any kind of indebtedness towards him, at this point also we are asking that you know that we are asking you to go wherever the Lord has called you now, and you have to go and there find that peace. And we will give you that peacefulness also. This valley to say you are going, we will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are leaving the sunshine and taking the pathways by. It's a long time, you know, we have been waiting for the word that you never did say. Now alas, all our bond hopes are vanished. For no, your mother, let your mother stand in front. In this valley they say you are going, we will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are live in the sunshine and take in the pathways above. Now the time has come when you must leave us. You must go where the Lord has called you. Do not ever forget us, your loved one. To you we have always been true. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are leaving the sunshine and taking the pathways of life. Consider a while before you leave us. Do not hasten to bid us adieu. But remember the Red River Valley and the ones who have loved you so true. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are leaving the sunshine and taking the pathways of life, and taking the pathways of life. Let us hold clasp our hands and bow our heads. Our final prayer. Om Anadhino Vigano Deva Shankachakra Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Pretamoksha Pradobhava Pretamoksha Pradobhava Pretamoksha Pradobhava Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva bandhuscha sakha Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Om Namo Paramatmane Namaha. These devotees have brought us to the end of this part of today's ceremony. Now we will prepare, we will have the first manzal right here, and then we'll do the four others, just and back the 5 elements. My information is that we're going through Warren Road and coming down Caroni, where he lived before, and we go straight down to the cremation site. Sitaram to everyone until we meet again. I want to thank the PA system man, excellent job, loud and clear and no hitch. And also the one who was live streaming, I worked with him several times before, and he always does an excellent job in live streaming also. So everybody, Sitaram until we meet again. For anybody who came in a little bit late and you want to offer some flowers, please. Okay, final announcement for those of you who came in a little bit and want to come and have a final look, please, if you can. And also we have some flowers which we can also offer. Thank you very much. No voy a controlar el convenio, voy a ir con No, that's not right now. So she started on your right side, right? Let's go a straight line. Let's go for a straight line. This situation and circumstance. This situation. We're looking over your guidance. What do you tell us? All right, Vicky, let us get some help and we come and ride on the ground here. Nicholas? Face towards the foot. Face towards the foot and move. Face to. Yes.
And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall live alone. दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का life. When we keep it stuck for a while, to realize that this life is a very short thing. This is a world of failure, a world of fear. Although everyone needs I will be here for a very I will be here into this world or carrying in a similar manner when we take our exit and live alone. दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेरा. When we do take
Oder kommt bitte an, oder touch hand. No, they will touch.
Sean.
This balance is for the heat out there. Om Yam Dware Mahagore and the Lotamasaviti Tam Sipiti Vigachanti, Eke Chatma, Hanujana, Hanujana, look at his face, we are can't alone. Sarva Papa Haravan Kalapikam Niva. Alright. When you are ready, listen to him and he will direct you how we're going in the box.
Give me the. Okay?
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला.